Always looking forward to this conversation. Let's start with a new guy out at practice yesterday. And Dre Greenlaw, saw you tweeting about his participation. So he's back. Does that mean we'll see him in an actual football game coming up on Sunday?
I think based on what we saw yesterday, I think there's a real good chance. You can't get too far ahead of yourself with Greenlaw because, he's been here before a couple times, once in training camp and once that week before the season opening week, and had to shut it down. So he's got to get through a week of practice. I'm sure they'll make that determination on Saturday. But right now it looks like they're planning on it. They're planning on him playing.
Be excited to see that, Mike. That is for sure. Now, this is a tempo question, but I'm going to ask it to you in a way that, well, I believe it's a great conversation. Are Bo Nix and Sean Payton on the same page after 6 games?
Yeah, I think so. I think for the most part, you're never completely on the front page or same page. For instance, that 3rd and 10 handoff to Prentice.
Right.
I don't think that's what Sean Payton was wanting.
Right.
But, that's how Bo read it. That's how he read the defense. And, Bo has, when he's at the line of scrimmage there, the way Sean Payton sets up his offense, Bo has, roughly 4 options. When I know everybody says simplify the offense, but I think what it comes down to is eventually, if you can handle it all, you can decipher everything, and the game's slowing down, and you're advanced, and you're reading everything right. It's better to have 4 options than 2. If you simplify it and you only have 2 options, and you go with that the rest of the season, well, eventually defenses are going to say, here's your 2 options. Take away those 2 options. If you have 4 options, it's harder for the defense to defend. So in the long run, they're better off having more on Bo's plate. Maybe there's times when the game is fast and he's swimming and the defense isn't quite lined up the way Sean Payton thought it would when he sent the play in. But eventually, I think the thinking is, in order to get to where they want to go offensively, they've got to go through the growing pains and eventually get better, correct the mistakes, and they'll be a good offense. But right now, they're having trouble grasping it all. There's maybe a happy medium they've got to find in the interim. And it did sound like from Sean Payton yesterday that he's trying to find that happy medium. I do think he's trying to reduce the complications and sophistications of his offense, at least for a couple weeks, and then try to grow it from there. But that's the thinking with all the formations and shifts and motions is Sean Payton wants more, because the more you give to the defense, the more befuddled it's going to be.
Talking with our buddy Mike Klis ahead of the Broncos and Giants game coming up on Sunday at Empower Field. Mike, the big news for 2 weeks in a row, and it's bad big news, is about the left guard position. So Pert now back on IR after Powers was on IR a week ago. They activate Calvin Throckmorton. Is that the play there, in your opinion? Do you think there's any conversation happening with George Payton teams around the league of going and getting a left guard while their big fella Ben Powers is out?
Yeah, I would think so. Just because, the left guard, and this is really no fault of Matt Pert, because he got hurt. He wrenched his knee on the 3rd play, and he did struggle the rest of the game. He did not play well with that wrenched knee, understandably so.
Sure.
And that was a big. That's probably an undertold factor in why the offense struggled so much. Was the left guard situation was killing them. It was hurting them, and so you need to stabilize that. Whether it's Palczewski or Forsyth or Wattenberg moving over, If they can stabilize it, maybe you don't go get a left guard. But I would think, you're right now. George Payton has to look at the starting left guards on the teams that have 2 or fewer wins, and I'm guessing there. I don't know that for sure, but there's a pretty sizable hole, and this is a good offensive line with now one big gaping hole. Let's see how the other guys do this week. But yeah, you gotta. I think what you probably do is monitor it. You look at to see how the replacement plays this game. Say it's Palcho, and then make your evaluation from there about how much do you really want to give up in order to get a quality guard, because you don't want to give up a second-round draft pick for a starting left guard. You want to give up a 6th-round draft pick for a starting left guard. And a lot of the desperation there, I think, would be determined on how the latest guy plays.
But do you personally believe, Mike Klis, part of the chain crew, the chain gang here with Dover and Cecil, that Vance Joseph is licking his chops at facing a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, I do. Although this quarterback's going to, has not more mobility than Justin Fields, but has already shown early signs of getting the ball out, processing quicker than Justin Fields does. And not only that, the Jets have a first-time rookie offensive coordinator. And, they showed him a lot. Now, look, the guy looked like he looked like he was grass. He didn't know what to call. He didn't know what to call. Brian Dable, who runs the Giants offense, is a very good offensive coordinator. Now, he hadn't had much success as a head coach, but when he was in Buffalo with Josh Allen, he kind of helped make Josh Allen what he is today. And so Dable will be a much better offensive coordinator and have a better game plan, better play calls, better schemes. Dart will get the ball out quicker. He won't be a sitting duck like Justin Fields was last week. But still, yes, I do think Vance Joseph is going to, confuse, mix up the man in the zone, show man, drop the zone, show 6 blitzers, bring 3 pass rushers. He's going to do things like that to, confuse the rookie.
Last one for you, Mike, and we're kind of honoring DT today. We saw your tweets and your story last night. Great work on your part. Can you tell us, kind of share with the fans, how much of Broncos country can participate in the honoring and celebration of Demaryius Thomas? Can they go hang out Sunday pregame when they're going to unveil the pillar and everything?
Yeah, it gets pretty crowded around there, but the fans do crowd around. There's hundreds that will be around on the pillar unveiling. That's a real neat deal. The fans kind of watch from overhead.
Okay.
In the ramp area above the plaza, the Ring of Fame plaza, and then at halftime, they'll unveil the banner on the facade there below the 5th deck, and that'll be nice. But yeah, it's good. It's Demaryius definitely deserves it. He would have been a first ballot guy. He would have gone in even if he didn't have an untimely death. He goes down as the second best receiver in Broncos history. Rod Smith is still number 1. The one difference between Demaryius and Rod Smith was, Demaryius could take that bubble screen and go 70 or 80.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And he not only had the size, he was like, 6'3", 220. He not only had the size, he was an athlete. I mean, he could go up and go get that ball. And he also had the speed. He had rare speed for someone his size. And that's why for about 5 years there, it was him, Julio Jones, and Antonio Brown, 3 great receivers at one time in the league.
It was a great time to be a Broncos fan, and it's going to be awesome to see him get honored the way he should, and very cool his mother gets to be a part of that. Mike, always great information, always great insight. We always enjoy our conversations. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you and talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
There he is, at Mike Klis 9 News on Twitter. Follow him there. Read his work there. He's our 9 News Broncos Insider, presented by Fitness Gallery. They sell the world's finest fitness equipment. All right, couple things to react to that we just got from Klis.